champion's journey, when everything goes right, usually follows a clear path. From rising prospect to breakout phenom, then a hungry challenger, and finally the one standing tall with titles wrapped around their waist. But for a rare few, the true elite, there's a level beyond championship glory, a place most fighters never even come close to reaching.
Just look at them now, yo. They don't understand, man. God damn. This shit just happened overnight.
You invested over 20 years.
Yeah. Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Santa Cruz out here today.
Shake down, let it burn, baby, let it burn.
Mind over matter, son. Mind over matter.
This is the blues I'm
Ain't nobody doing no shit like this. Come in the desert. Trying to stay away from the desert. He come in the desert.
Coming up here, I was always that kid that know when the time to buckle down and things like that. Like I know when it's time to get serious. I know how to focus, no matter what's going on around me. That's what made me so special and why I came so far.
Before the spotlight comes back and long before the first bell sounds, boxing always gives us one moment that truly matters. The grind no one is cheering for yet. And right now, that moment belongs to Gervonta Davis.
Chop. Oh, good rib. I like the way y'all jump right back in it. That's right, make them jokers move. Make them jokers move. Oh, I love what I hear. Y'all making them sing.
For most of Gervonta Davis's celebrated run, Calvin Ford and a tight circle of trusted voices steered the ship. But now, inside the camp, there's a clear shift in control. Those old voices are fading, pushed aside like background noise. Because this time, the fighter is taking charge himself, calling every move as he locks in on a destiny only he can fulfill. For a long stretch, fans have been waiting on Tank's return, wondering when the power, the tension, and that electric edge would come back. Now, it feels like that moment is finally here. Back in the gym, back under the watchful eye of Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis is moving with a different kind of energy. Not flashy energy, focused energy, dangerous energy. You can always tell when a fighter is just working to stay in the picture, and you can tell when he's gearing up to remind the world exactly who he is.
I'm taking this very seriously, but as I continue to get close to the fight, I'm just being myself. I feel good, you know what I mean? So, in a second, it's definitely gonna be a sighted night for the sport of boxing.
When you ready? Yes.
Make sure no recording. No recording. No recording, John. Thank you.
The mega fight that Dance with Destiny is closing in fast. And with both superstars deep in the fine-tuning stage, secrecy becomes everything. That's why Gervonta Davis has made sparring the centerpiece of this camp. No cameras allowed, no leaks, just work. And yet, the quiet confidence from his team says more than any footage ever could.
Hey, you having fun, ain't you?
With Gervonta Davis, every answer thrown in the form of those crushing left hands only creates more questions. Right now, they feel bigger than ever. Simple on the surface, but endlessly complex underneath. How much is enough? How high can he climb? And just how far can he really take this?
You're happy, but deep down inside it's more to accomplish. That's how I feel as a fighter. Our job is never done. I want it all.
This feels like version 2 of Gervonta Davis. The body language is tighter, the work is sharper, and the hunger speaks louder than any camera ever could. And if the target really is Shakur Stevenson, that level of focus makes perfect sense. Shakur isn't the kind of opponent you beat with highlight reels alone. He's sharp, disciplined, elusive, and mentally draining. That means Tank has to bring more than just power. He needs patience, conditioning, timing, and control. And that's where Calvin Ford becomes invaluable again. He's more than just a trainer in this story. He's the structure, the guidance, and the steady voice that knows how to turn chaos into greatness.
I ain't gonna lie, Coach, one of them gotta be Shakur, because that's the one that's a 50-50 fight. I feel like that's the only one that's like, y'all, those are two God-level fighters.
Explain something. Shakur is a master boxer.
Yes.
True indeed. I know the kid, he was raised up with us, but he's a kid to us. You understand what I'm saying? But he's gonna get his just due.
Yeah.
He just have to focus on his just due.
You need people like that when the stakes start climbing. And it sounds like the whole team is locking in behind Gervonta Davis, pushing him back on track, making sure this comeback is real, not just social media hype. That alone should put the division on notice, because we've already seen what Tank can do when he's only half in rhythm, fighting off pure instinct. A sharper, more focused Tank is a completely different machine. And if he carries this same energy into a fight with Shakur Stevenson, then this isn't just a return, it's a reset with bad intentions. Because sometimes the most dangerous version of a fighter is the one who still feels like he has something to prove.
So, I'm vlogging another day, you know, in the life. Yeah, my guy.
Can I get a real pic with you?
Yes, come on.
Let me take this off real quick.
I'm vlogging right now.
You are?
Yeah.
You vlogging?
Yep, you vlogging, champ.
Yeah, thank you so
That's a nice
much.
chill.
Get a picture?
We about to see how it is.
Thank you so much.
You know, I just out here vlogging. Thank you, dude.
And just as we're talking about Gervonta Davis rebuilding himself in the gym, Shakur Stevenson steps in, sounding like a man already staring across the ring. What stands out isn't anger, it's certainty. Shakur shrugs off the noise and simply says, "Yeah, the fight is happening." That's cold confidence. No shouting, no fake threats, no social media speeches, just the mindset of someone who believes destiny is already signed. Then he gives Tank his respect, and that part matters. He calls him strategic, experienced a fighter who sets traps, lets opponents waste energy, and then cashes them out when it counts.
Tay Davis, is it just boxing beef or is it real beef? and if so, where did it originate from? I know it's a longer story, but just, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever you can share.
It's kind of bigger than boxing, I guess you could say, because of like the history and like everything that done like went on. It's hard to even speak on it just because of the fact that we gotta fight. So at the end of the day,
you feel that's gonna happen?
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm the best, he the best. So when you got two guys that's the best, how can you not fight? Only way you could not fight if one of them guys ain't like that and somebody go off to lose or somebody take an L.
Too many fighters talk like kings while facing tourists. These two understand the scoreboard only shifts when elite names collide. Now here's where it gets interesting. When Shakur Stevenson says it can happen, whenever Gervonta Davis says, "Let's fight," it sounds respectful on the surface, but underneath it's pressure. That's basically him saying, "I'm ready, no excuses, just send the date."
I think like with both of us, we both fighters that's really good fighters and on that level.
From a boxing standpoint, what makes Tank Tank? We see the power, but it's gotta be more than that.
Nah, he's strategic. He's setting guys up. He been boxing since a little kid, just like I've been boxing since a little kid. And you can tell like with the experience, even with his last fight with Frank Martin, you can see Frank Martin was more so an amateur. Like the experience he got is not on the level of like Tank, and he just took off with experience. He let him waste his energy, gassed him out, and then round 8, okay.
Gervonta Davis is a patient detonator. Shakur Stevenson is a defensive locksmith. One waits for mistakes, the other refuses to make them. That's stressful television. And don't let the calm tone fool you. Shakur carries that quiet arrogance great fighters have, the kind that doesn't need volume because it fully believes itself. Meanwhile, Tank brings the kind of power that can cut a sentence in half mid-speech. That's beautiful tension. Now you've got one man sharpening his tools in silence, while the other is publicly saying the collision is inevitable. Perfect. Because boxing doesn't need more mystery right now, it needs brave scheduling. If both are really in their primes, like Shakur says, then stop circling greatness and make the date. Some fights are just rumors.
I'd like to see that fight happen.
Whenever. I think that I'm ready for it, he ready for it, we both in our primes. It can happen next, it can happen next year, it can happen whenever he say, let's fight, that's when it's going.
And just when Shakur Stevenson sounded like a man calmly waiting for destiny to call, Richardson Hitchins steps in with an opinion that carries weight because he's actually been in the room with both. That changes the tone completely. Internet debates are one thing, but when someone says, I've shared space with both of them, people listen differently. Hitchins calling Gervonta Davis versus Shakur the biggest fight on the horizon is a bold take, and honestly, not crazy. One brings explosive star power, the other brings elite level mystery. That combination sells itself. Then, he even goes as far as saying it could surpass Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., and you can almost hear the reaction already, but the logic is there. Youth, undefeated aura, style clash, and enough debate fuel to run podcasts for weeks. What really stood out is how he broke it down. Tank as a skilled power puncher, Shakur as a generational technician with reach, timing, and control.
Tank have that equalizer where shit might end in 6, and Shakur got longer arms and reach, and he might just beat you up from a distance for 12 rounds. Like, that's really the only difference. They both have like disadvantages and advantages, like, you know what I'm saying? But Tank power is just like generational type power, so, and Shakur skills is generational skills, so it's like I said, it's a fight. I always tell both of them, like, that's the only fight I want to see. They both get mad at me. They be like, yo, I'm gonna knock that when I fight him. Shakur, I promise I'm gonna beat him easy. Like,
Too many people reduce Gervonta Davis to left-hand highlights and Shakur Stevenson to boring defense. That's lazy talk. Richardson Hitchins sees it differently. Both are complete fighters, just with different cheat codes. Tank has the eraser. Shakur has the remote control. One can delete you instantly, the other can make you fight his rhythm for 12 rounds and walk away smiling. Hitchins even calls it a coin flip, and that's exactly why fans are locked in. If the outcome was obvious, nobody would care this much. Then he shifts to names like Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford, which says a lot. Fighters recognize levels fans sometimes miss. They know when someone is flashy, and they know when someone is truly dangerous. That same respect applies here. Tank versus Shakur isn't hype because of social media, it's hype because informed fighters hesitate when picking a winner. That hesitation is gold. So now you've got Shakur publicly ready, Tank rebuilding, and Hitchins basically saying this is the fight he'd pay to see. Translation, stop teasing greatness and make the date.
You've been in the room with both of them. Yeah, Shakur and Tank is gonna be the biggest fight in boxing in like the near future. Like, it's gonna be like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, but bigger, like way bigger. I feel like that's gonna be the biggest fight in boxing. I've been saying that since Gervonta for like his first main event in Baltimore, and then Shakur for like his first main event in North. I've been like, when I heard that like Shakur's going up to like 30, I already knew. I'm like, that's like gonna be the mega fight. Like, that's the only fight I would want to see like in this like generation right now. That's like one of the biggest fights like I would want to see. That's the fight
Right in the middle of the kind of moment boxing always says it once, but rarely delivers. Gervonta Davis is back in the gym, sharper, more focused, training like a man who knows this next chapter has to hit different. Calvin Ford is back in the corner, bringing structure, discipline, and that steady voice Tank leans on when the pressure rises. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson sounds calm, ready, and completely convinced this fight is destiny, just waiting on a date. Then you've got voices like Richardson Hitchins calling it a near coin flip, and that tells you everything. This isn't manufactured hype, it's real tension. One man carries the equalizer, the other controls the geometry. One mistake could flip everything, or 12 rounds could reshape the entire division. That's why fans are locked in. This isn't just power versus skill, it's star power versus pure mastery. Market value versus technical brilliance. The kind of fight that answers questions people have been arguing about for years. And if boxing lets this moment slip, then let's be honest, the sport would be ducking its own greatness all over again.
That's when it's checkmate. No time before that, Shakur, will it be checkmate. That's when you got the world on blast. You got it on lock when you beat him. So, if he ain't talking about that, then what else you gonna be talking about? Because next move, I already know what the next move is. First of all, let's talk about the fact that he has to say that he has a next move. That tells you something right there. As I've been telling you guys, and I maintain that I'm correct, that Turki Al-Sheikh and these guys do not have the money anymore.
Now I want to hear from you. Who takes it at 140? Gervonta Davis by explosion or Shakur Stevenson by masterclass? Does Tank's comeback energy flip everything, or does Shakur's discipline break the script? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really get into it. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Fight Week. I'll catch you in the next one.